Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and do we have a blockbuster episode for you today? It's time to dive into the whirlwind of Dallas Cowboys news, rumors, and fan reactions that have been lighting up the NFL world. The Cowboys are, as always, the epicenter of football conversation, and we've got a ton to unpack. From Colin Cowherd's supposed hatred for America's team to Micah Parsons' trade rumors, rookie surprises, and even a Netflix series, the Cowboys are keeping us on our toes. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's break it all down like only we can. This is your one-stop shop for everything Cowboys, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss a single second of this. Let's kick things off with a hot topic that's been making waves, thanks to one of our amazing viewers, William Cook, who dropped $5 in the super chat to call out Colin Cowherd. William's take? Colin Cowherd hates the Cowboys. Now, I know that sentiment is floating around out there, and it's easy to see why some fans feel that way. Cowherd's been known to take shots at Dallas, whether it's poking at their playoff performances or questioning their roster moves. But let's take a step back and really dig into this. Does Colin Cowherd actually hate the Cowboys? I don't think so, and here's why. The man is a master at playing the media game. In today's world, engagement is king. Clicks, views, reactions, you name it. And no team in the NFL, maybe even in all of sports, drives engagement like the Dallas Cowboys. Love them or hate them, they're the team everyone's talking about, and Cowherd knows it. Think about it, every offseason, we hear about some new team being dubbed America's team, but it never sticks. Why? Because the Cowboys are the gold standard. Even when another franchise gets a moment in the spotlight, it's always in comparison to Dallas. They're the measuring stick, the team that sets the tone for the entire league. Cowherd, like any savvy media personality, knows that talking about the Cowboys, whether it's praise or criticism, gets people fired up. It gets you, the fans, commenting, sharing, and tuning in. So, is it hatred? Or is it just a calculated move to keep the conversation rolling? I lean toward the latter. Colin's not out here hating Dallas. He's just riding the wave of their massive popularity to keep his audience engaged. And honestly, William, I think you and I are on the same page here. Thanks for the $5 and for sparking this conversation. By the way, every $5 super thanks or super chat enters you into our George Pickens jersey raffle. We'll announce the winner at the end of the offseason, so keep those contributions coming. Speaking of contributions, let's give a massive shout-out to Cyclonic Paradigm, who dropped an incredible $50 super chat during our recent Madden Sim stream. That's some serious love for the channel, and we appreciate you. Cyclonic Paradigm came through with a bold prediction. The Cowboys could go 10-7 this season. And you know what? I'm right there with you. That's the exact record I predicted for this team. And let me tell you why I think 10 wins is absolutely in the cards. The Cowboys' schedule this year is no walk in the park. We're talking tough matchups, divisional rivalries, and a few wildcard games that could go either way. Add in the coaching staff changes, new faces, new schemes, new energy, and this version of the Cowboys feels a bit more unpredictable than we've seen in recent years. But that unpredictability could be a strength. With Dak Prescott at the helm, a stout defense led by Micah Parsons, and some intriguing new additions, 10 wins is not just achievable, it's a realistic target. The key will be how this team gels early in the season and whether they can navigate the inevitable bumps in the road. Cyclonic Paradigm, you're speaking my language, and I'm hyped to see if we're both right come January. Now, let's shift gears to a question from Travancia Johnson, who sent in $5 to ask about our all-time favorite Cowboys. Man, this is such a fun one to dive into because the Cowboys' history is packed with legends. For me, it's got to be Deion Sanders. I know, primetime wasn't in Dallas for long, and some purists might say he wasn't a true Cowboy in the traditional sense. But let's be real, Deion was just cool. The swagger, the confidence, the game-breaking plays, he was a one-man highlight reel. Whether he was locking down receivers or taking a punt return to the house, Dion brought an energy that was impossible to ignore. He's an icon, not just for Cowboys fans, but for football fans everywhere. That said, I've also got a soft spot for seeing Lee in more recent years. If that guy could stay healthy, we'd be talking about him in the same breath as Luke Queshley. His instincts, his football IQ, his relentless pursuit of the ball, it was something special. Injuries derailed what could have been a Hall of Fame career. But for those of us who watched him play, we know how great he was. Our buddy Chris also chimed in with a shout-out to Rolando McClain, mostly because of that Alabama connection. Gotta love the Crimson Tide pride? And yeah, Terrell Owens gets a nod too. T.O. was electric during his time in Dallas, even if things got a little messy after he left. Let's just say T.O. became F. Tia. For some fans once he moved on, but while he was catching passes for the Cowboys, he was must-watch TV. So, who's your all-time favorite Cowboy? Drop it in the comments below, because I love seeing the variety of names that come up. From Roger Staubach to Emmitt Smith to Tony Romo, there's no shortage of legends to choose from, and every fan's got their own personal favorite. Next up, Billy Stone asked about those Micah Parsons to the Patriots, rumors that have been floating around. Let's shut this one down quick. There's no truth to it. This all started with some Patriots blog throwing out hypotheticals about cap space and trying to connect dots that just don't line up. Look, every team in the NFL is keeping an eye on Micah Parsons, but not because they're trying to trade for him. It's because his next contract is going to reset the market for edge rushers. Parsons is a generational talent, a game wrecker who's still got room to grow. The idea of Dallas trading him is pure fantasy. It's not happening. The Cowboys know what they have in Micah, and it's just a matter of when they get his extension done and how many zeros are on that contract. But since we're all about democracy here, let's hear from you. Drop a T in the comments if you think Dallas should trade Micah, not that they will, or a K if you're all about keeping him in the silver and blue. Oh, and don't forget, our Micah Parsons prediction pool is still open. Venmo me $5 at @GoingDowney with your guess for when Micah signs his extension, or, if you want to humor me, when he gets traded, even though that's not happening. Closest guess wins half the pot, and the other half goes to me so I can stock up on stress balls for this wild contract season. Let's talk rookies now, because CJW brought up a great point. He's excited to see what this year's draft class can do. Same here, CJW. The Cowboys draft this year had some surprises, and for me, the biggest curveball was Cooper Beebe in the first round. I'll be honest, I didn't see them going guard that early. I was expecting them to target a different position, maybe a defensive tackle like T'Vondre Sweat, or a tackle if someone like J.C. Latham fell to them. But Beebe? That was a bold move. The Cowboys clearly saw something special in him, and I'm starting to come around on it. He's a mauler in the run game, and if he can solidify the interior of that offensive line, it's going to open up a lot for Dake and the running backs. The rest of the draft was pretty solid too. Guys like Ezra and Maurice Lufo were high on my board, and Dallas got great value with those picks. This rookie class has a chance to make an immediate impact, and I'm pumped to see how they look in training camp. Pittsburgh's got their own goals this season, and trading a young, talented tight end doesn't seem like it's in their plans. But if I'm the Cowboys GM, I'm at least picking up the phone to gauge their interest. You never know what kind of deal you might be able to swing. Oh, and while we're on the topic of Cowboys gear, quick plug, our Dak Prescott number 4 t-shirts are on clearance right now. Down to just $10 from $39. Head over to chatsports.com/DocShirt to grab one before they're gone. Links are in the comments and description, so don't miss out. Shout out to Ecuador Man, who's repping FSU and the Braves, and says Deion Sanders is his guy too. I feel you, man. Deion's universal appeal transcends fan bases. I'm also a Reds fan, which, let's be honest, means I'm used to my teams letting me down. At least the Reds were good before I was born, right? But Dion? He's timeless. Whether you're a Cowboys fan, an FSU fan, or just a fan of greatness, prime time is your guy. William Cook also asked about the upcoming Netflix Cowboys series, and I've got to say, I'm stoked for it. This is going to be must-watch TV for any Cowboys fan. That said, I'm going in with my eyes wide open. Given Jerry Jones' influence and his close relationship with the production, I expect this series to paint the Cowboys in a very favorable light. It's probably going to be pro-Jerry, pro-Dallas, and maybe a little polished around the edges. What I'd really love is something raw and unfiltered, like a docuseries based on Jeff Pearlman's Boys Will Be Boys, diving into the wild, chaotic, and legendary stories of the 90s dynasty. The triumphs, the drama, the larger-than-life personalities, that's the kind of content I'm craving. But even if this Netflix series leans a bit sanitized, I'll be glued to the screen. Cowboys coverage is what we do here, and you better believe we'll be breaking down every episode as it drops. If you're not already subscribed, hit that button at youtube.com/cowboys so you don't miss a thing. Let's address another hot topic, courtesy of CJW, who called out Skip Bayless and said he's always known Skip was a fake Cowboys fan. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Skip has never been a real fan. He's never been a great journalist either. His entire shtick is stirring the pot for attention. This is the guy who tried to out Troy Aikman with zero evidence over 20 years ago, and ever since, he's just been chasing clout with rage-bait takes. Don't waste your energy on Skip. He thrives on the controversy, and giving him attention only fuels the fire. Let's focus on the real Cowboys news and the real fans like you who keep this community buzzing. And there you have it, folks. The latest and greatest on all things Dallas Cowboys. From Colin Cowherd's media tactics to Micah Parsons' contract saga, rookie surprises, and that Netflix series we're all hyped for, the Cowboys are keeping us busy. Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments, your favorite Cowboy, your take on the trade rumors, or what you're hoping to see in that Netflix series. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button at youtube.com/cowboys for daily Cowboys coverage. We're here for it all, and we're just getting started. Until next time, let's go Cowboys.